The Silk Road first emerged more than 2,100 years ago during the Han Dynasty, after China's envoy Zhang Qian twice visited Central Asia. The imperial envoy was commissioned to explore the unknown lands beyond the empire's boundaries in search of potential trading partners and allies. The expedition later helped form the ancient Silk Road, spanning over 6,400 kilometers from the Chinese capital of Chang'an to Rome, which played a crucial role in facilitating economic, cultural, political, and religious interactions between the East and West. By the 15th century, another Silk Road on the sea was established by the Chinese explorer, diplomat, and admiral Zheng He during the early Ming Dynasty. Commissioned by the Yongle Emperor and his successor, Zheng commanded 7 expeditionary voyages to Southeast Asia, South Asia, West Asia, and East Africa from 1405 to 1433. It is said that his giant ships could carry hundreds of sailors on their 4 decks and were bigger than any wooden ships recorded throughout history. At the end of the 19th century, German geographer and traveler Ferdinand von Richthofen first named the routes Die Seidenstrasse, which means the Silk Road, in his book, China. It derives its name from the lucrative trade of silk textile goods produced almost exclusively in China. The ancient Silk Road was a platform for interpersonal and cultural exchange, where ethnic, racial, religious, and cultural convergence took place across the centuries. Through the land and maritime trade routes, Chinese silk, tea, and porcelain were exported to Europe, the Mediterranean regions, and Southeast Asia, while exotic agricultural products and fruits such as walnuts, pepper, grapes, pomegranates, and carrots were imported to China. During the 10th century, the poems of famous Tang Dynasty poets Bai Juyi and Yuan Zhen were widely spread to Western countries through the Silk Road, while foreign music and musical instruments became popular amongst both the general public and the imperial family in China. Between the 12th and 15th centuries, the inventions of paper, the compass, and gunpowder in China reached Europe via the route, helping to facilitate the Renaissance, the Age of Discovery, and the scientific and industrial revolutions that changed the world. Clothing, musical instruments, and dance are widely portrayed in the delicate frescoes in the former Silk Road hub city of Dunhuang in northwest China's Gansu province. The ancient route has undergone a revival during the 21st century. China proposed the building of a Silk Road economic belt and a 21st century maritime Silk Road in cooperation with other related countries in 2013. The initiative focuses on promoting policy coordination, the connectivity of infrastructure and facilities, unimpeded trade, financial integration, and closer interpersonal ties with the goal of benefiting all parties and building a community with a shared future for mankind. After the COVID-19 outbreak in 2020, the China-Europe freight train, known as the modern Silk Road, became a lifeline to transport anti-COVID-19 supplies, especially when air and sea transport routes were largely crippled. By July 2022, the railway had transported 109,000 tons, or 14.2 million pieces, medical items to European countries. Through the modern maritime Silk Road, Chinese hybridized rice has been exported to many places in Africa to increase food production and reduce famine and poverty. For millennia, interaction along this route has helped shape the Silk Road spirit, which is embodied in peace and cooperation, openness and inclusiveness, and mutual learning and benefit. Such an understanding also informs the fundamental principles for international interactions today.